On the line, first 250 moto of the day here from Ulverton. 5-second board is up. I tell you what, this is going to be some kind of race. We got JSR, we got Dubach. There they go, Roscoe, coming to that big sweeping right-hander. Who's going to get that whole shot?
Wow, this is exciting. 40 guys into this sweeping right-hand turn, and it's a fast, rough turn.
Looks like we got old Lange with a great start, but Dubach gets the whole shot.
Yes, sir. Dubach, Lange, it appears to be Rickard and Thomas here, rounding out the top 4 positions here. Lange trying to get around Dubach on the inside, going up that uphill, and here we're in that right switchback. And oh, big tank slapper by Dubach there. That big 4-stroke started swapping, and he couldn't save it.
Oh, Roscoe, did you see that second rider? Looks like Hanks has got hit in the head.
He
by
sure
a foot
did.
peg. Oh, out of control. Ross, let's have a look at that one in slow-mo.
Well, you can see Dubach rounds the corner and his back end slides over that berm, and then it swaps back and it lands right into a hole, and that throws him right back around. Just pitches a big slow motion. Doug knew what was happening there, but he just couldn't correct it.
Looks like Hagstead got caught in the same hole that Dubach did, Ross.
Yes, he sure did, and you can see here's this approaching rider here, tags him as he's laying on the side of the track with his front, looks like his front fork or leg. That has to hurt.
Oh, no doubt about it, that had to hurt. Okay, well, what about that for a surprising turn of events in this first 250 moto? Lange out in front now, and look at that, JSR is right on his heels, Ross.
Wow, JSR here on his home track here is going to be tough to beat here, and he's got Lange on the downhill there. Great pass by JSR.
Well, Ross, we talked about that in your track tip and how a lot of these riders were going to probably be able to make up some time on those tough, sandy downhills.
Well, and JSR knows this track inside and out. It is his home track, but JSR is an experienced technical rider. He knows where to get around these guys. Lange will learn a lot just by hanging in there and following his lines around the track here.
Here we got a good battle between number 4, Jay Whipple, and number 20, Lance Rickard on the Blackfoot Honda. Boy, Whipple has been riding very well since coming back from that broken arm, Ross.
Whipple certainly has the speed to win here, although I don't know about his conditioning there after getting off a serious arm injury here. Rickard here working really hard here, and Whipple trying to make a move around him.
Boy, here's that big uphill going into that big sandy section, Ross. I think the 250 is going to have a little bit easier time than the 125s. But look at that, Jay Whipple on the inside. Does he have him? Oh, they're side by side. Great racing, Roscoe.
Side by side over those jumps there. Handlebar to handlebar. Great pass by Whipple there on Rickard, but Rickard's not letting him get away.
You know, Lance Rickard had a great western swing, has fallen off a little bit in the east, but I think he's had some body problems, some injuries. Here's Dubach. We'll have to get a placement on him. Boy, he had a real tough start. I think he's not even in the top 10 right now, Ross.
Well, this is going to make for a great moto here because we haven't seen Dubach start from the back of the pack since Nanaimo here. It'll make for an interesting race day here. Here we had Thomas passing Rickard there.
Look at that, Roscoe. Rickard is off the track. Boy, the Sandman looks pretty hot today.
The Sandman looks real hot. He will really excel at this type of track here. This is Thomas's style of track.
Looks like we got another Honda rider. Looks like, oh, Treadwell's going to make the move up on Rickard.
Treadwell, another Sandman from Massachusetts. Treadwell has years and years of experience in the sand.
Here we got the number 1 plated rider, Blair Morgan. Looks like he's got Proc Navy in his sights, and Woodsy up ahead.
It sure does. He just slipped by Proc Navy here, and he's working in on Woods here. We'll see how this battle shapes up.
Boy, you know, am I surprised at how well that Josh Woods is riding that 250, commanding the 125 East right now, and in second place in points in the 250.
Well, he's running away with that 125 class, but he's interesting in the 250 class. Lange, you saw Lange on the bottom of that downhill go off the track and through the ribbons there and cut back on. Tough break for Lange. He lost a few valuable seconds there.
Yeah, it looks like number 18, Marco Dubai, slipped by him for second place. Boy, you know what? We've seen Darcy Lange on the rails, off the track, off his bike in every race so far this week. Look at this, Ross. We got the Sandman moving up on Whipple. Does he have him on the inside? Oh, Jay Whipple with some great acceleration. Inside line for Thomas. Whipple, Thomas. Oh, Ross side by side. What a great race.
Mechanic for number 4, Jay Whipple. It's great to see Jay in the mix. What are you telling him on the board out there? And do you think he can hold on?
Just telling him to keep pushing hard. He seems to be doing pretty good now. He's been suffering some arm pump, but it looks like it's working this week. We got the bike working real well. Just tell him to keep where he's at.
Look at that. I tell you what, Ross, they got to be happy with Whipple's performance right now, but he's got his hands full with the Sandman. Oh, Sandy on the inside. Thomas with a great line.
Thomas battling back hard. They're having a super battle there, Thomas and Whipple.
Here goes Dubach. Looks like he's made up some time on Hagstead. Boy, I tell you what, if he just passed Hagstead, that means that Hagstead got on his bike after that crash before Dubach. Unbelievable turn of events. Here goes Treadwell on Whipple. Does Treadwell have him on the inside? Oh, Iron Mike with a great line on the inside, but Whipple's not backing off.
Wow, they sure aren't. There's a little bit of contact there, and Treadwell looks like he's got Whipple on the inside here, just wide open down that rough straightaway.
Boy, Rush, you can really tell if your bike's dialed in whether or not you have that speed on the uphill, and both those bikes side by side. Treadwell takes Whipple definitely coming down this downhill.
Treadwell on the outside, that's a little faster line, it's a little smoother. Jay had to brake a little bit harder taking that inside line down the downhill, and it got a little bit rougher as they came into the corner here. Now Whipple's got some more problems here with Woods on him, and Woods slips by him.
Boy, I tell you what, Josh Wood's a man on a mission. He's made up a lot of ground. He might have got caught behind Dubach in that crash, but he's starting to make up some time.
He's come from way back in the pack here too, as Dubach and Hagstad also have.
Here we have Dubach. Oh, he's got Langevin. What a great jump that was for Dubach, making up some time.
An incredible jump by Dubach. He just aired it right out over Langevin, and Langevin is a great jumper. It just shows how hard Dubach is charging. You see his foot come off the peg there when he did that little slap?
Yeah, he's really putting it all together here. He's got to make up some ground. It looks like he was making his way up on Upton. Oh, it looks like Woods got by the Sandman, and now Treadwell's moving up on Sandy. Boy, I tell you what, these riders are having a whale of a time on this sandy Quebec track.
This track here in Quebec in Ulverton is gnarly. Like, I mean, Thomas, Treadwell, these guys are experienced sand riders that can ride this rough sand, and they're even having troubles with it.
Ross, looks like Woods made up some ground. He's now pressing Lange for third. Holy mackerel, look at the pair of Kawasaki's going up the hill.
Mackerel is right. Woods, you see, come from way back to catch Lange, who was up front there. Oh, little swap there by Lange there, just enough for Woods to get by.
Ron Ashley, Josh Wood's mentor here in Canada. Josh, hey man, he came out of nowhere. He passed Lange. He's on a charge. You think he's going to give some heat to Dubé?
I think that Dubé's going to fade a little bit towards the end of this moto. We got about 13 minutes left in this moto. Josh came from about a 30th place start, real bad out of the gate, so well, he's gained about a second on Wild front, so I'm expecting big things from him, and we're going to hopefully make it today with a 1 overall.
There you go, Roscoe. Ron Ashley has to be happy with Woodsy so far. Look at that. Morgan just took Whipple on the inside.
Well, Whipple, with his great start there, running up front there, but like I said, that arm of his that's been in a sling for a couple months has really hurt him in his conditioning, and Morgan charging up through the pack here has caught him and passed him. Morgan looking real smooth and confident here.
Sorry, Ross, no question that Jay Whipple's been on the hot seat. Would you look at that? Doug Dubach just passed Jay Whipple. Man, he's on a tear.
Dubach is really on the gas here. He came from way, way back, and now he's catching Morgan here, who was up there on the start also.
Yeah, no question. Let's see what happens coming into this right-hander. Look at this. Morgan on the inside. We got Dubach on the outside. Great line. Boy, that is really starting to rut out there, Roscoe. Let's see what happens to Dubach. Great acceleration going up the hill. Oh, he takes Morgan with a great line.
No sweat there. 37-year-old man hanging a licking on the kids there. What does that tell you?
Boy, I tell you what does it tell you? The man is in great shape, and he really knows how to handle the 426 on this sandy Ulverton track.
Dubach is a crafty veteran, no doubt about it. He knows his way around these rough tracks, and he's in great shape, and that's what it takes. You got to have the speed and the conditioning to win national championship.
Here's Woods. He looks like, oh, Josh Woods got by Dubé. He's now in second place.
Woods, incredible again. Has he come from a long way back here to catch Dubé and pass him? Awesome ride for Woods.
Here we got a shot of our leader, number 15, JSR. He's been all by himself in first place, handling this track with no problem.
JSR looks really good, nice and smooth, fluid here on his home track here, just running away with this first moto win here.
Here we have a pair of Americans, Treadwell on the outside, coming into that big sweeping right-hander, Thomas. Let's see what happens coming in there. Oh, Treadwell with a nice pass on the outside. It looks like Thomas has got a problem.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I just wanted to touch on the fact that Jason Thomas has been checking out his right leg. Looks like he's got no break. He's on a move. Another factor is Marco Dubé fading. What do you think of that, Ross?
Well, I think Dubé is fading a little bit. He is definitely up there, but JSR is back in form. When I saw him at Grunthal, Manitoba, he was just coming off a back injury and a knee injury. He wasn't 100%. He thought he was. He thought he could come up here and hang a licking on the guys, but he really wasn't in top shape. He is back to about 98% form, and it's showing the old JSR again here.
There you have Dubach moving up on Thomas. Boy, I cannot believe the number of positions that Dubach has made up since that crash. He is a man on a mission.
Dubac has come from way back, and he ain't slowing. Waugh airs it out over that tabletop on the way to his first moto win here. This is going to build some confidence for Waugh. He needs that. Here it is, the checkered flag. A big win for a big man, and this will put some confidence back in him.
Build works really, really good. And then got product suspension on that works really good. I wish we can race here a little bit more often, but you know, that's my plan.
Well, there you have it. Great race for hometown favorite Jean-Sébastien Waugh. How about Doug Dubac making it back to 5th place? What happened to Woods? Broken chain, DNF.
I got a good start. I was right behind Dougie, and he went down, I got out front, and then Jean-Sébastien got by me. I couldn't get in my groove, and then finally towards the end of the race, I started feeling better. Something was acting up in my bike at first, but I felt real good towards the end.
But, you know, I'm pretty happy. You know, I got a pretty good start, you know, in top 10. And, you know, I just tried to save some energy for the last couple laps and push again, and I got third. I'm very happy. My Suzuki worked good, and I don't know, that's awesome.